So I love how Tien just basically shitted on Yamcha so badly. Like, I understand the Chaozu, like, yeah, you know, Chaozu's a little dude. He hasn't been useful since the Saiyan Saga when he blew himself up fighting Nappa. But the Yamcha comment, I'm sorry, just like, at this point, I think everyone's accepted that Yamcha is shit. Like, the memes, like, all around, everything, Yamcha sucks. And even Tien has to clarify, like, yeah, dude is weak, so I just left him. This is too much for him. Like, that just made me crack up. I ain't even up front. Like, Yamcha sucks. So one of the things I definitely want to treat these 3 little mini chapters, or these 3 chapters or whatnot, of Fukatsu no F, or Revival of F, is definitely as a mini teaser with some spoilers in it, because there's a lot of context that's missing. Like, for starters, why are Goku and Vegeta training with Whis? Like, how did this come about? Like, I don't think Whis just openly said, hey, like, I know that there's a deal, seemingly it was, you know, stated that, yeah, you give me some delicious earth foods and I'll train you guys or whatever, but I think definitely there's some context that's missing that makes it feel a little bit like, this happened, this, that, and hopefully the movie fills in those blanks, which it probably will, because these are 3 chapters that is trying to tell the entirety of a movie, so I'm imagining so, but that's one of the things I feel as though with these chapters is that it just, things happen so quick without any of the build-up or any of the in-between scenes that are supposed to explain things. And it's like, yeah, I don't know where Goku and Vegeta are training with Whis. He, you know, accepted it and kind of just feels a little bit rushed. And once again, this displays just on what other level Whis is, and the gods for that matter, than Goku and Vegeta. And I honestly think that this film, one of the best things that it could potentially do is be a build-up for when we finally get introduced to the other gods, because it looks as though Toei and Dragon Ball Z in general is going to be probably a biannual thing with these movies, where every few years we're going to get one, and it's going to continue onward, hopefully with these gods. You know, we have the God of Destruction, whatever the case may be, and this seems as though it's going to be a training ground, so Goku and Vegeta, when they fight the next god, it's going to be a big deal, and they're going to be ready for it, because with Whis training them, which, by the way, again, Whis is on a whole other level, owning both. Like, you know you the shit when you owning Goku and Vegeta. Like, I don't give a fuck. You're the man. You're the fucking man. As of right now, Whis is one of the strongest anime characters of all time. He's owning... Yeah, and it was a nice little touch how he gave Goku and Vegeta his symbol, kind of like, it was a joke, but then at the same time, he is their new trainer, so technically, he should put his symbol on them, similar to how King Kai and Roshi did it, and I don't think Vegeta's ever had a trainer before, so again, it kind of goes, in a way, a little bit weird into Vegeta's character, which I hope we get more exposition when the movie comes out. When the fuck would Vegeta ever, in his million wildest dreams, agree to train alongside Goku? Let alone agree to train with anyone for that matter. So it kind of feels a little bit out of character for him, and I, again, want more explanation as to why he would do it, because I don't think at this particular point he was aware of Frieza's return, although that's kind of iffy because we've seen the spacecraft come down at the end of the chapter. So was it that he gave him the offer of a lifetime? He just really wanted to get to God mode? He's gotten so chummy with Goku that he's like, fuck it, we'll go train together? What would make him do this? And definitely one of the things I felt as though goes so into their relationship and the whole struggle of Vegeta trying to catch up to Goku was when Whis pointed out, Vegeta, you're the prodigy. You're the one that should be like, you know, the strongest or whatever. But why is it that Goku's always one step ahead of you? And that's been his whole struggle his whole life. So to him right there, that's the most serious thing you could possibly say. Is like, I'm the prince of all Saiyans, I'm, you know, this royal motherfucker, and this low-class piece of shit is still always a step ahead of me. And when Whis kind of broke it down, it definitely made a little bit of sense, but then at the same time, it's always been something that I felt should be a little bit more vague, and it just should have always been like, it's just because he's Goku, right, motherfucker? It just is why he's always a step ahead. When he was like, well, Goku's lax, and you're always stressed, and the stress that you have kind of, you know, slows you down and makes you make your movements a little slower or whatever, but at the same time, it's still kind of like, because he even explains that Goku is too lax sometimes, and, you know, you can't always be lax. Sometimes you got to be on guard. So, kind of makes it a little bit, like, interesting. At the same time, it has, like, problems on both sides. But nonetheless, I think it should just stay vague. Goku is better than Vegeta just because he's motherfucking Goku. He got hit on the head as a kid and went from an evil little bastard to a good kid. Poor Beerus trying to get a nap in the middle of these motherfuckers training. Like, 3 of the strongest creatures in the universe are training, and you're taking a fucking nap. Like, yeah, Beerus... I feel bad, bro. One of the big things that I think is going to potentially be a huge plot point, if not in this film, a future film, something along the lines of that, is Whis' power, which it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Basically, he can seemingly slip backwards in time. We don't know how long or whatever, but we know it's enough that if a planet is destroyed or a sun is destroyed, and it can be a decent amount of time, he can go back and stop it from happening, which... Again, he said it was dreadful when the suns went out and we were here without light. So it means that it had to have been a while that it was gone. So he can slide back in time and change things. Now, first of all, if he became a villain at some given point, which I don't think he will, and it would kind of feel a little bit corny if he did, but if he became a villain, if this motherfucker could slide back in time, then that's hacks beyond belief. Also, with that ability in mind, it could be kind of a little bit cheap, because if somebody dies, you can slide back in time and stop it from happening. And I mean, we already have the fucking Dragon Balls. Like, how much more do we need as a plot protection or plot armor for people? Then we got some fast-ass progression. Frieza apparently already went through all his little 4-month training brigade or whatever, and he's back on Earth with all his soldiers, which, by the way, again, those soldiers are fucking terrible. Like, if Roshi is going to be able to kill a couple of these motherfuckers in the next chapter and when the movie comes out, you guys fucking suck. It's Master Roshi. This motherfucker's like 1,000 years old. How is he hurting anyone? But one thing I definitely got to say, that even though I'm not the biggest fan of Frieza's return and all that good stuff, I do got to say that he comes in like a motherfucking mafia boss. One finger, pfft, by city. Like, he takes out a city with his fucking finger. So that's bullshit. And we have a random 5 that are the people that are supposed to stop Frieza, and it gotta make you wonder, why do they seem to be a little bit frightened at this particular point? Because we know the last time they've seen Frieza, they've gotten way, way, way stronger than that. So either A, is just really weird and out of place and doesn't make sense that they be scared, because why be scared of Frieza? Y'all motherfuckers blew past him 10 billion years ago. Or base form Frieza is so strong that it's giving them a feeling of a threat. Like, he has to be even 10 billion times stronger in his base form than he was in his final form when they last seen him, for them to even be like any type of scared or anything, because if not, it's just Frieza. You can fuck him up. Gohan, how you disappoint, son. Son, you disappoint. You don't even know if you, at this particular point, can still go Super Saiyan, which kind of makes sense as to why. I think they really, Toei wanted to get rid of Mystic Gohan so bad, because like in the last one, they, had the confusions with the commercials of him being Super Saiyan, and then later on they took that out, and then now in this one, oh, I think I can still go Super Saiyan. Like, Gohan, I remember the time when you was like, I don't want to fight you, I want to kill you, to Super Buu, and now you don't even know if you go Super Saiyan. Son, I'm disappointed. And the cliffhanger at the end with the spaceship arriving, we don't know if it's Goku, we don't know who it is. It'd be cool if it's somebody completely different and we got a little bit of a sidetrack of a battle, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is Goku and Vegeta, since this is seemingly going to be the final chapter, with the next one coming in to solve this whole little 3-chapter mini thingy-majig of a spoiler. Now, to be honest with you, this chapter, for the most part, pretty cool stuff. We got some advancements. Seemingly Frieza is about to fight whoever the hell came out of that spaceship, unless it's somebody completely different. I think it'd be interesting if we brought back Tarble, although, judging from the previews, I wouldn't be surprised if that's Jocko, the patrolman or whatever, and Jocko shows up in the middle of all this shit. That'd be fucking hilarious, and at the same time, that'd be bringing in some of the comedy, but also keeping in some of the serious elements as well. So that would be funny if it's Jocko. Also getting a little more into Goku and Vegeta, their character, kind of, the whole struggle that Vegeta's had. Pretty good stuff there. I always love that. I always love the rivalry between Goku and Vegeta. I mean, it's a legendary one. It inspired so many, like Naruto and Sasuke. So it's definitely something that when it gets explored a little bit more, gives me a little bit more interest, but at the same time, don't go too deep into it, because one of the best things we always love is it's Goku. He's stronger than Vegeta just because, motherfucker. And lols at Yamcha for being left behind for being too weak. You fucking suck. But let me know what you guys thought of this second chapter, Fukatsu no F. What do you think about Gohan not even knowing if he could go Super Saiyan still? How do you feel about Frieza's return? And do you agree with me that it feels definitely 150% rushed? I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing a movie in 3 chapters, or big chunks of a movie in 3 chapters, and it's hard to do something like that. Any overall thoughts, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.